Okay. Hey guys, if you could make sure that you are muted, just in case there's any babies crying, like mine. Awesome. Thank you. Hey, my name is Joy Fow, and let's see, I've been coaching. How long have I been coaching? I guess it's been about, it's been like a solid 2 years now. I am a 2-star diamond, and I will be after this month a Success Club 5 legend. Yay, I'm really proud of that. So I'm excited to talk to you guys about Success Club tonight and the importance of it. So Britt?
Hey guys, my name is Brittney, and I am getting ready to come up on my first year of coaching. And January 14th was my start date of this year. I'm a diamond coach, and I live in Cincinnati, Ohio, just in case you were wondering. And I'm also a dental hygienist. So it's kind of like putting my side of the story into perspective with working full time and doing all the other things that I do. So we'll kind of get into that a little bit. But yeah, I don't have kids, so I don't know if you can.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. I didn't even think about that, but we are two completely different opposite ends of the spectrum, because you're only been married for a year, like you're 1 year in marriage, no kids, work outside of the house. And I've been married a long time. And I have 2 kids, and I stay home with them, but I also work from home. So totally different ends of the spectrum. So that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start it off with what is Success Club. So if you're a newbie coach or seasoned coach or just beginning and just jumping on this call, like, okay, what is Zoom? Like, I didn't even know what that was before I even started coaching. So Success Club is when you help 3 people a month. So if you've heard people talk about challenge pack, so it's all about the challenge pack. A challenge pack is when you sell or help a new person, new customer with a package. So it's like Shakeology or the pre and post workout on HD and a program. So they can get that program like on DVD and the supplement like on HD, or they can get the on demand with that supplement on HD. So that is what's considered a challenge pack. And right now, most of them are $160. Some of them, like with the DVDs, are $140. So that's kind of just like what a challenge pack is. So for each challenge pack that you help a customer with, you get 2 Success Club points. And if you help 3 people a month, then that means you'll get 6 Success Club points. And that'll put you in that first ring of hitting Success Club 5. Or if you help 5 people a month, you'll hit Success Club 10. The importance of that, before we get into like our topics, is that when you become an Emerald coach, which means you have 1 coach on your right leg and 1 coach on your left leg, you'll be eligible for what's called free leads from Beachbody. So that means like somebody that just goes online and orders something, doesn't have a coach, they'll automatically get assigned a coach, and then it goes into this big wheel. And then every month, if you are an Emerald coach and hit Success Club, you're eligible to be able to get that new customer and get them into your challenge groups and help them kind of coach them along the way. So that's what Success Club is and how you can get to it. Get to Joy.
Okay, so why is Success Club important? Well, I mean, you're pushing your business forward. It's just like the vital process, all of the things that we are supposed to do as a coach every single day to help us be successful. Hitting Success Club is going to do that for you, because you'll be meeting new people, talking to new people, building new relationships, getting new people started with our programs, with our products, and then hopefully moving them into the wheel of being a coach and continuing that process on. So with that being said, Britt and I are going to go through 7 topics that we believe are key factors in helping you to achieve Success Club. So the first one is to share your story. Share every single bit of your story, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. The last thing that you want to be is perfect. If you are putting yourself out there on social media to be perfect, you never have a cheat meal. You always get that workout in. You always have great results. You never fail at anything. I can promise you 100%, I'll say 98%, you probably are not going to be successful in this business, because that is completely unattainable. And people are going to look at you and they're going to be like, I can't do that. I can't do that. So you need to share your story, all of it. And that's where, being vulnerable and opening up and being honest about everything comes into play. You want to share as many failures as you do successes. If you had a terrible day and everything went wrong and you could not get that workout in, share it. That's important for people to know, because they need to know that if they sign up with you, that you're going to be their coach, that you understand where they're coming from. That way tomorrow when they get up, you can encourage them and motivate them to try harder, to do more. What can we change about your schedule to make sure you do get that workout in? So make sure that you are sharing everything across the board. Sorry, make sure you mute yourself, guys, as you hop on. Let's see, if you do have a cheat meal, please share that. People want to know that you eat pizza and ice cream. They want to know that you enjoy a cocktail, that you have a beer. That's okay. You're human, okay? And a life without pizza and ice cream, ask Brittney, is a life that you just don't want to live, right? Like, you need those things. So be honest, open up, talk about vacation, talk about taking a break. Nikki posted a picture today about she felt like her body needed to rest, and so she rested today. That's okay. People want to hear that from you. Modifications within the workouts, okay? People look at Shaun T and they see his programs and they're like, hell no, I am not doing that. That fish is crazy. People want to know that there are modifications. They want to know that the person that they know, that you are modifying. So if you can't hold that plank, if you have to hit pause, if you have to do an alternative exercise, let them know that. Show them a video of that. Let them know that it's okay. Everybody starts somewhere, and that is what this is all about. Share those modifications. And of course, being a product of the product. So sharing that part of your story as well. Sharing what it is that you're eating. Sharing how it is that you use the Portion Fix containers. Sharing how you fit Shakeology into your life. When I first started using Shakeology, I thought that it always had to be blended. And now, almost all the time, I prefer to shake it in a shaker cup with water and ice. Share that with people and let them know how you are fitting that into your life. So number one, share the story. Share your story. The good, the bad, the ugly, the success, and the failures.
Okay, so I just want to come back on that with how Joy is sharing her story, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because I feel like she's always so real, like with her posts, and she's definitely does not try to be perfect, which is something that I've definitely struggled with myself throughout this journey. But yesterday, her child got sick in his car seat, and she legit put the car seat in the bathtub. Isn't that what you did to clean it out, right? I mean, and I feel like mom life, like hashtag mom life, there's so many people that can relate to that. And not only that, but going back into like the Facebook algorithm and all that stuff, the more people that she can get to engage on her her posts and her comments is going to bring more traction to her page. But I just love that how you share just everyday life and not blast Beachbody and working out and being perfect with everybody. So yeah. Okay. So the next thing is how can you hit Success Club, and why is it important to have your challengers share their story? So this is kind of something that I've thought about like a little bit. You are like someone's friend. Okay. You may be the only person. So when I started coaching, I maybe had like two or 300 Facebook friends, or maybe like 400. I don't know what it was. Definitely not that many followers on Instagram. But I didn't know anybody that did Beachbody. Okay, so when I went to my timeline, nobody was working out. Like there may have been like a couple fit people that would post like a random gym selfie or whatever. But now when I go to my page, like my timeline, I've got tons of coach friends that I've met from like all over the world, and I see their posts every day and they inspire me. But you may be the only person that somebody is friends with, say that has like 200 friends, and you're the only one that works out or the only one that does Beachbody. And so showing up every day to show them like that you're present is going to be super important, but also that you're able to work out every day. Hold on a second, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so what my thought was, if you're showing them that, you know, because if you're doing your vital behaviors and you're showing up every day, they're seeing that you're getting your workout in, and it may be on your story one day and it may be on your post another day, like on your wall or on your Instagram. But what they see is only you doing that. And so while I struggled in the beginning with my journey and being able to do the workouts 100% and being like on schedule with my workouts, they see that every day, but what they might not see is somebody else that they can relate to that's possibly like their size, if you know what I mean. So I'm like a really short person and I'm under the age of 30, so I feel like most people that are that age maybe relate to me. But then I've also had people comment on my posts and say, hey, I love what you're doing, I just can't do that, I'm 50 years old. And I'm like, yes, you can. Like, you can totally do that. Like, I work out with my mom sometimes. Like, we do our workouts together. And so when I do that, I share that. So my point being is, have your challengers share your story, their story. So I have some challengers that are over the age of 50, and they may be, okay, we just got naked husband here. So I have challengers that are over the age of 50. And so what I like to do is to spotlight them possibly in my challenge group. So every week I may have someone pop in and share their story and share what Shakeology has done for them, what these workouts have done for them, and how it made them feel. And they can also, as an incentive, they may win a prize, share that on their page publicly, which then creates more traction for you if they tag you as your coach on their page with all their friends. But basically just being relatable as to how not only your age or your size can do this, but everybody can do it, getting back to how every program has a modifier. So sharing your challenger's story with your audience. So another thing that I picked up from Katie Flynn Crum, however we say her name, is she'll like spotlight on her story certain people. Like when, like with the program launch right now, like you can check my story. I took just literally # 80-day obsession from Instagram and saw like the stock photos that are coming out with the results of 80-day, and I screenshotted them and then I posted them to my story, and I'm saying like, this girl got these results, and there's a man, there's a woman like in her 20s, there's a woman in her like 40s or 50s, and so then that makes that more relatable to those people because it's not someone that's my age that's doing this, and then they can see that. So definitely sharing your challenger's story.
Awesome. Okay, the next one, and I feel that this next one is, it really gets down to, you have to get over your fear of being a coach and actively coaching and reaching out to new people. You've got to put yourself in that uncomfortable spot. And so number 3 is an invite. So an invite to your challenge group or an invite to coaching is not a public Facebook post. Just by putting a post up there on your wall or on Instagram, just putting something out there that says, hey, I have a challenge group, message me or comment below if you want to join me. That isn't really an invitation. You've got to consider all the people out there who are watching you and who want to join you, but they feel like they're not good enough. They're not ready for it. They can't afford it. They can't do it. So you really have to get to that message box, get to that inbox, tackle it, send out the messages, do the thing that's uncomfortable, I think I'm going to use a cuss word here, so if you have a kid around, but one of my favorite things I picked up from Summit this year was from a coach, Haley Christian. Is that how you say her last name? And she always says, don't be a bitch, hit send. And I thought that was so funny. Like, I love that. That's so true. You've got to get into your inbox and actually reach out to people. That is an invite. That's a true invitation. People love to feel like they are wanted and that they can be a part of something. And they don't know that they are wanted and that they can be a part of something unless you reach out and let them know. So if you have crickets and you're like, why doesn't nobody want to join me? Why does nobody want to be in my group? Why don't they want to give this a shot? Maybe it's because they don't feel, sorry, I'm going to mute whoever that was. They don't feel like they are good enough or that they would belong. So you really got to reach out there, do the uncomfortable thing, and message them. Make a list, whatever you do. I've used a ton of fancy things like Teamsy and other whatever works for you, tracking systems. This is it for me. It's paper and pencil. That's it. And I write it down and I follow up and I go back through that. And some days I don't even use this. Some days I just go back to my inbox and I literally just scroll through and just start messaging people. And that's all that there is that I do. But
Can you repeat that, Joy? You cut out for a minute.
Oh, sorry. So where at? So sometimes I don't even get to this notebook. Sometimes I just go into my inbox and I just scroll through there and I look for who haven't I talked to in a while or what was our last conversation. So really dig into that inbox and send those personal invitations because this business is all about relationships. And your relationships aren't going to be built by you just posting a picture on your Facebook wall or on Instagram. And that's like the real truth of it, you guys. Get into your inbox, get uncomfortable, and hit send. Ask somebody to join you and invite them to come along and to share this with you.
Seriously though, like $160, that is ridiculous amount of money for everything that you're getting for this. It's crazy. Plus you're replacing a meal a day. So like I don't understand why people don't jump all over this because it's one meal that you're not thinking about a day. Running out the door like me the last 2 days in the morning where I made my husband get out of bed and do it because I get ready in 20 minutes because I just have to work out in the morning or else it won't happen. So next up, transformation pictures. I get the most traction when I post my transformation pictures. Like people jump all over it and they're like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? Like, I love it. I want to do that. And then that's when all my messages start coming through where I can reach out to them and say, yeah, you should do this with me. Lots of comments on there. So when you post a transformation picture, think of not just like your usual Transformation Tuesday, but you've got Motivation Monday. Find your fellow coach buddy or Success Club partner and spotlight them on Monday. Like, hey, this is my girl Joy. She lost so many pounds by working out at home. She's a mom. She's badass. And she did it. So can you? Like, she found the time. You can do it too. Motivation Monday. We all know Transformation Tuesday. Workout Wednesday. Like, spotlight how Woman Crush Wednesday, whatever that is. And Throwback Thursday. Throwback to how you felt. Share your emotions in that picture of how you felt. I caught a picture of myself from a few years ago and I was just like not even looking. It's like a side picture and I don't even recognize myself. And it hurts when you think about how you felt at that time. But if you don't share that, then people can't relate to you. So like we've all heard, you've got to hit those pain points. And then that's when people will really understand like how you feel and how they feel the same way and how you did something about it and how they can do something about it too. So Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday, and you can just go on. And then you can do that same thing. Highlight those things in your stories, post them to your page. I always try to do like, I'm trying to build my Instagram right now. So I always try to do like every 9 to 12. So like when you first pull up your Instagram on your phone, like those first 9 squares, try to always have like a transformation so that when somebody goes to your page, they can see that journey that you're on. And it doesn't even have to be like, if you don't have a pro, if you just started and you're new with this, you could do someone else, spotlight someone else, like I said, like your Success Club partner, or spotlight how your nutrition affects your body. So like, you know, you may look like one thing in the morning, but you might not look like that at night. So you can post about that and share, you know, you ate this or that and this is what happens, but it's all right because you're going to move on. Tomorrow's a new day and you'll feel better. So you can post that. Another thing, like spotlight your challengers. If they want to say, you say, like I said before, this is Joy. She did 21-day fix. I have a coach that did like 4 rounds of 21-day fix because she just didn't believe me that this was before she started coaching, that she could get results with any other program. She loved it so much. So I shared, she did 21-day program. She drank her Shakeology every day. That was it, 30-minute workouts. She lost 50-something pounds, and you can do it too. So make sure you share those transformation pics because I feel like they get the most traction.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you can also share, you talked about doing a transformation of food, like this is what it was before and
yeah,
now, like a healthier version of one of your favorite meals. So you can also talk about not just a transformation of your body, but a transformation of your mindset, because it's all mind over matter, guys. And we want to focus on like the whole lifestyle. So everything that's changing with all of that too. So, okay. So the next one, number 5, you've got to be consistent, and show up every day, no matter what. And trust me, I know that this can be hard because I like to sleep in. My daughter calls me the dragon lady because if you wake me up before I'm ready, I am like blowing fire at you. I'm like, get away. I like to sleep in. I don't want to get up at 5 a.m. and do extra work or like get stuff done. Why would I do that? I could sleep. And I have 2 kids and they get sick. They dance and they swim and they're doing things, and I work from home, and I have a husband who I feel like works all the time. So I completely understand what it's like to feel like you have no time to get it done. But no matter what, you've got to show up every single day. I promise you that there is not one coach who doesn't wake up at one day and feel like, I just don't want to post. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to be out there. But you've got to find it in you to show up and to do something. And so whether it's a quote, your favorite quote that you are posting, a meal that you have, a workout video that you did, if you want to throw it back to something that you did, you know, some other time, maybe last week, that's fine, but you've got to show up. And if you need to take some time to be off of social media, like say you're going on a trip or you have Friday night where you're going to unplug and you're going to be with your family, what's really cool is to share that with your followers, share that with your challenge group. Like let them know, hey, I'm unplugging for the afternoon. I'm unplugging for the evening to be with my family. And I will get back to messaging you tomorrow. Or I'll be following up with messages for Sunday. Let people know. Oh, me too. But no matter what, make sure that you are showing up and that you're being consistent with your posts and with your journey. And use that out of office. Like if you need to, make sure that you put it up there and let people know.
All right, so the last and final would be our vital behaviors. So we all know doing your personal development, which is a big thing, like that I did not do in the beginning. I just thought, I don't have time for that. Like I never read a book unless I had to for school. So it wasn't something that I enjoyed, but finding something that like speaks to me and helps me grow as a person has helped me so much in my business, get over my fears of inviting, help me like prioritize my day. There's so many different books, and I know there's like a thread or a in the files and Beat Nick. I see it posted a lot, like, can you recommend a good book for this? Like, go to the files in Beat Nick and find one that can relate. Like, I think it was Carly that had posted it. It was like, it says like, if you're dealing with this, like anxiety. Is that right, Carly? Like, it has like a book right next to it in our files section. So find that book and make sure you do it and you read it. Even if it's 10 minutes a day, I don't have 10 minutes to sit down. Like, I'm always doing something. So I'm listening to it on Audible on my way to work. sometimes when I'm in Kroger's, sometimes just randomly when I'm getting ready and then I have to pause because I gotta blow dry my hair in the morning. Like I'm in the bathroom, I'm always listening to something. So remember, vital behaviors, personal development, like top of the list. I've grown so much just from that alone, not only from like you guys and like my Beachbody family, but actually working on myself. And then doing your workouts every day, sharing it with your followers, and drinking your Shakeology, being a product of the product. That's what I have for that little section. But I wanted to go back about what Joy said about being consistent and sharing your story, the good, bad, and the ugly, because like she said, like people don't want to follow perfect people. And on a day, like when she said show up, be consistent every day, I think it was Nikki that said that sometimes she'll get dressed up and do her makeup and hair, and she'll take a bunch of pictures, she'll change shirts, she'll go outside, take a bunch of pictures, and then have them in her camera so that she can just share them on a day where she may not feel like it. So I definitely have those days, and I feel like some days, like my stories will be like forever long, and I'll share a ton of stuff because I feel happy that day and I feel like I want to share. And then there's other days where I just want to like sit on the couch and not do anything, and I'm like, okay, I need something to share. That's when you can pull up these old pictures of yourself and post them so that you're at least present. And even if it's just like an old family photo, and posting that and just saying, even if it's hashtagging flashback, whatever. But that'll be important so that you have that to show up to be consistent. Yeah, I think that's it. Does anyone have anything else?
Well, one more point. Sorry, we have one more point. So, trying to hit Success Club, you've done all these things, and people just aren't responding. Maybe it's November, which for me has historically been the hardest month to hit Success Club. But you are committed to hitting Success Club. It's a non-negotiable for you. It should be a non-negotiable for you. And you were like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make this work. What else can you do? Well, whenever I offer an incentive, it's because I'm needing help. So don't be afraid to put it out there and to offer an incentive. Maybe it is a couple of samples of Energize, a couple of samples of a different Shakeology flavor than what they sign up for. Maybe it's a gift card. Whatever it happens to be, you can offer an incentive. Of course, you definitely want to check with compliance about what it is you're doing. I will tell you, like, you cannot say, like, the first 3 people who buy a challenge pack today, I'm going to do this for. It would have to be for everyone this hour or for everyone today. But definitely check with compliance to make sure that whatever it is that you want to offer as an incentive for purchase is okay. So make sure you do that before you go out there and you try that. But that is also something that you can do if you were trying to hit Success Club. And it's also a way just to give people a little bit more. They get to try something else, especially if they are starting with Shakeology and like All Access Challenge Pack. You definitely want to get them thinking about Energize and thinking about Recover. So you can always offer those, a couple samples of those as an incentive to go ahead and get started today. That's a big part of it. So that is our last reasoning as to.
I forgot the most important vital behavior besides personal development: inviting. So when I first started coaching, did not invite at all. I was just I just heard Carly say turtle. I was like, this little turtle that popped in a shell, I'm going to post this and I'm going to wait for all the people to come because they're going to come, right? Well, they don't. And it was really hard for me because I hit Success Club the first few months and then I just nothing. And I was going to hit, we're all aiming for All-Star, Success Club All-Star Legend. And there was a few rough months, and it was because I wasn't doing my vital behaviors and I didn't invite. So therefore, I didn't get Success Club. So when I first started coaching, and this is for all of you newbies out there, when other coaches that have been in the business and were seasoned were like, oh my God, I got to check my inbox. And I'm over here there's nothing in my inbox. It's because I wasn't inviting. So now that I'm doing my vital behaviors and I'm messaging, when I get off this call, I have a few messages to respond to, and I'm so excited because that means that I've reached out and I've done my job or my vital behaviors and what I'm supposed to be doing. So
Yes.
Like Joy said, hashtag.
Yes. And then I'll share my personal story with you, and then we'll open it up for questions. But, with coaching, you should be setting goals for yourself. You should have goals. You should have monthly goals. You should have, and by the end of the year, every 6 months, you should be setting goals for yourself within this business. There are benchmarks, and there's this thing called the leadership ladder for a reason. For those of us who want to pursue this and who want to grow this as a business, we should be making those goals. So one of my goals when I first started was to be a Success Club 10 All-Star. So that would have been last December, and that would mean that an All-Star would mean that I hit Success Club 10 or Success Club 5 for 12 consecutive months. And I done great, really, really great. And then came December, and I was like, 3 rounds of hammer and chisel, and 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme, and we did quarter fours, and I was like, I had great results, and I've hit Success Club 10. Like, this is going to be easy. And I just kind of slacked off. I stopped being consistent with my postings. I stopped showing up every single day. I stopped sharing all about my story, stopped sharing all about my journey, and I just kind of like pulled back a little bit. I gave myself a break. Yeah, you're going to be fine. And I hit Success Club 8 that month. So I missed my goal by 1 challenge pack. And I will tell you, I'm not afraid to admit it, but I was devastated. Was it the end of the world? No. But for the perfectionist, Nikki, who's completely hard on myself, as she reminds me all the time, I was devastated. This is 2 points, 1 person, 1 purchase. And when I sat back and I reflected on it, I realized because I wasn't showing up. It's because I wasn't being consistent. It's because I wasn't reading personal development that month. It's because I allowed myself to step back and slack off on it. And it was hard. So really keep that in mind when you start to feel yourself pull back and to slack off and to not show up, that goal that you set for yourself that you've been working towards, it really could be made or broken on the fact that you decide not to show up and not to be consistent and not to do those vitals, because it happens. So I hope you can learn from that one. So anybody have questions?
No questions? That means we
Hey, I have a question.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. When you guys start inviting people and you go through your Facebook friends like randomly, how do you actually invite them to for them to potentially be, I don't know, I guess under you or a challenger?
To be a coach or to be a challenger?
Both, I guess. I guess how do you just start the conversation leading them into that?
Okay. I personally do not cold call on coaches. I don't just randomly reach out to somebody and be like, I think that you would be a great coach, because I don't, that's just not my vibe. I really look for my coaches in my challenge group. I look for somebody who is already coaching, and then invite them to the opportunity. That's how I do that. But as far as reaching out and inviting people to come in to be in my challenge group, is anybody that likes any of my posts or comments on it, I start with them first. So I message them and I'm like, hey Abby, thank you so much for liking my post. Sometimes it can be really hard to share my story, and I just really appreciate the love. Are you still working out? What are you up to? And just start a conversation. Because I don't like to think of myself as a salesman, because I personally think that I suck at sales. So I really just focus on the relationship and having that conversation with people. So I start there. And then from there, once I run out of people to thank for liking and showing support or responding to the people who have commented, from there I look through my list of friends and I think about who do I think would benefit from this, or who would I like to have in this group, and go with those people. It's very rare that I message somebody out of the blue and I'm like, hey, do you want to join my challenge group? I'm very focused on the relationship building part of it. And so if I'm messaging somebody like a cold like that, then I'm really only focused on, hey, let's get to know each other rather than selling the challenge back.
Yeah. Nikki had mentioned that the best way to build your business and find coaches and challengers is to build your friendships. So just being a friend, like honestly, not even gonna lie, before I started Beachbody, I didn't really have any friends. Like I was just one of those girls that had no friends. And like me and Joy, we were roomies and she was my first like friend. And I've got so many more friends now because of Beachbody, and share that how you have this community of friends and people that just get you and support you and make those connections. So I don't have kids, so I can't relate as well with like moms and stuff, but comment on people's posts like, hey, where'd you, like if you have a kid, like where'd you get that car seat, or where'd you get those shoes? Those are so cute. I want them for my son. And then just like build your conversation with that. But not only just commenting on it, but sending them a private message about it, because as we know, like the Facebook algorithm, that will get your stuff showing up more on their page. But also, if you're like my age and you don't have kids, asking people like where they got that sweater because it's so cool, anything like that. Where do you, hey, where do you work at? You live close to me. Are you, or like Joy said, if they're commenting on your transformation picture or your post about your journey, hey, thanks so much for the love on my post. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? And they're like, yeah, really, I am not, but I want to be. Like, how can I do it? And that's how it works. Like, it's just being consistent so they know they can come to your page for that positivity as well.
Yeah.
Does that answer the question, Abby?
Yeah, it does. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Any other questions? I'm not sure how much time we have left.
You don't need to like focus on, you don't need to lead with fitness and health. Like, just be friends with somebody. Like,
yeah. Yes.
Oh my gosh, Brittney, you love shopping at Home Goods and TJ Maxx too?
Oh my God, how did you know? You're obsessed with iced tea. Yep. Yeah, like that's so weird because people, like if you put yourself out there with like what your favorite things are, like people know. Like people will know, like I love ice cream, I love whatever. Like I could just say right now, I know things about Joy is like a Southern belle. She loves shiny things. She's so cute. She's a good mom. Like I just know her. And so I feel like her followers can kind of say the same thing. So just be you, like honestly.
Yeah. Branding yourself. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
I will tell you guys, when we were talking about transformations, I did write this down, but we talk a lot in Beatnik about doing GTS. So if you don't know what that acronym is, if you have kids around, you might want to cover theirs, but it's Google that stuff, right? But you can also search inside of Beatnik. So whether you're on your phone or if you're on a desktop, inside of Beatnik, just go into the search bar and you can search for transformation pics, whatever you want to search for, and you'll have tons of stuff pop up. So that's a great way to get transformation pictures as well.
Yeah, because chances are you have a question about something, it's already been asked, so you can just search it and find it. Yeah. Any other questions?
Y'all are welcome. Thanks for joining us. I can't think of anything else to share. If you all have questions, you can always message us privately, or you can comment in Beatnik, and we would love to help you and to share stuff with you. But really what it comes down to is just be yourself, be consistent, and start relationships with people and be friends with them. So that's really what it is. Be genuine about it too. Like, have a genuine friendship.
All right, ready? Team picture.
1, 2, 3. Y'all ready?
All right, guys, happy Wednesday night. Let's get this launch going for 80 Day.
Yeah. up all night. Bye, guys.
Bye.